Welcome back to the People Lab podcast on YouTube and on wherever you listen to your podcasts. My name is Mike Conn, and I'm so glad that you are joining me today. I have this thing that I need to share with you, and I'm a gigantic fan of John Maxwell. He's been doing what he's been doing for a long, long time. I listened to him on a podcast episode recently. He's 74 years old right now, and he's written 83 books. He's published 83 books. And I want to talk a little bit today, just for a few minutes, about not what he's done, but why he's done it. He was asked a question on this podcast. It said, why did you decide to write your very first book? And he just kind of laughed and smiled and said, I wish people would have seen me when I started. I wasn't good. And he's got this whole teaching that he doesn't do very much, but he said, I have this teaching called You're never good the first time. That's my John Maxwell impression. He just says you're never good the first time, and most people look at his story and see 83 books published, and he goes on to talk. I think over 75 of them are still in print. Dude's been writing for a long, long time, and he thinks he's still got several books in him. He believes, and I'm not doubting that. But he talks about his mentor, one of his mentors. And, a mentor is simply someone you look up to, someone who has influence on you, someone who you follow. And John's mentor that he referenced in this interview, his name is Les Parrott. And at this point, Les, a lot of years ago, Les had written 5 books. And they were having lunch one day, and John asked him, he said, hey, Les, why do you write books? And Les said, I write books to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. I write books to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. And John said, I leaned in that day at lunch and said, I'm going to become an author. Not because I wanted to become an author, but because I wanted to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. And that just really resonates with me. That's the whole reason that I'm doing this business. This business, Mike Conn Coaching and Consulting, where we got the People Lab stuff, as you see over this shoulder, and then we've got stuff for middle schoolers and for students and teachers. I mean, this is the second greatest work of my life so far, next to being Gina's husband and Rayleigh Jackson and Jacob's daddy. And the reason I am doing this business really, literally is to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. And I didn't have that thought crafted before I started the business, but what I've come to realize, and people who work with me hear this all the time, I don't want to just see people. My vision in life is simple. I don't want to just see people. I want to help people feel seen and feel valued every day for the rest of my life. And that happens in lots of different ways. And so the reason I'm making this video and recording this podcast episode is because I want you to know that I'm for you. This is going to sound weird. It's going to feel weird. So even if you're driving, or even if you're on a treadmill or whatever, you want to say it inside yourself, that's fine. But I want you to repeat this after me. Mike Conn is for me. Or just say it again without my last name. Mike is for me. And if you never met me before, I'm just a dude in Duncan, Oklahoma who's for you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I want you to know that I'm for you. Today I landed a new coaching client, which sounds like I was fishing for something. That's not it. But there is a person who's agreed to be my coaching client today. And man, I want to see her soar. I think she's going to do an incredible job. I'm for her. I'm 100% believe she's going to continue to do the great things she's already doing and the incredible things that she has on her mind and on her heart. And similar to John Maxwell and his mentor, Les Parrott, I'm doing this because I want to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. For people, for organizations, for businesses, for nonprofits, for schools, for school teachers, for students, for administrators. The reason I record these videos and podcasts and write these blogs and books, and the reason that I partner with people and organizations through speaking and coaching and consulting is to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. I would love to hear from you and what you would like to do. Maybe a problem you would like to be known for solving, or make a difference in some way in your community or a change that you want to make in your own life. We all need coaches. I have several. I actually rewatched a recording today of a coaching session I had 364 days ago. And I felt inspired to keep doing some of the things that I'm doing, but to be honest, I also felt frustrated and a little embarrassed that I'm not a little bit further along than I actually am. But here's the number one thing that my coach, his name's Kev. Here's the number one thing that my coach has helped me with. He's helped me implement some of the changes that I already wanted to make. And I already knew what to do, but I just needed an encouragement. I needed someone who was for me, someone who was in my corner. I needed someone to help me feel seen and feel valued. In the same way I try to do that for other people. And when I listened to that, it just really reminded me again of why I'm doing this. Because sometimes if you're like me, you lose sight of it. For whatever reason, you got a busy week or a long week or some stuff happens you didn't expect, and you try to figure out what's next, or lots of different things that happen. But it all brings me back around to what my ultimate goal really is, and that is very similar to John Maxwell and Les Parrott's goal, which is to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. So Q3 just started. Just started. So what I'd like you to do is ask Siri or Google whenever you're listening to this. Ask them, whenever you're listening to this, ask them how many days are left in 2022 or whatever year you happen to be listening to this. For me today, there are 176 days left in 22. The reason why that's important is because today, when my new coaching client, after we were talking back and forth, she texted me and said, quote, "I'm ready to change my life." So if you're ready to change your life too, I'd love for you to head over to my website, MikeConnCoaching.com. And you can join my email list. There's lots of good information there. I'm not trying to push a ton of information on you. I just told you why I'm doing this, because I want to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. I want to do everything I can and utilize technology every way I can. Or yesterday I was in front of business leaders in our community here in Duncan, and I want to leverage that influence every way I can to extend my influence beyond my personal touch. And I believe that you're worth it. So I'd love for you to join the email list. And then, of course, you can go over to the right-hand side, the top right-hand side, and click Book Mike. Whenever you click Book Mike, it's going to take you to a form, and you can just fill out what you're interested in. If it's coaching, individual coaching or group coaching, or if it's something for your organization or your church, or you just want to get 1% better over the next 90 days than you are now, then we'll have a phone call to see what is your best, what fits you best. And I think that's a great place to start. A lot of people want to get better, but they're not sure what their first step is or their next right step. And that's okay. You don't have to have it figured out. Coaches need coaches, and I got plenty of them. And it's my honor to set aside time, to invest time with you to see if there's something that we can partner with together to try to help you achieve some of the goals that you want to have, that you already have, that you want to get to. I love getting to do that with businesses, with students, with school teachers, administrators, chambers of commerce, like all these different places, because they're all run by people. And I'm for people. So I just wanted to, on this, it's Friday afternoon when I'm recording this, and I just wanted to take a few minutes. We're sitting close to 10 minutes here. Just wanted to take about 10 minutes, which, by the way, is 2% of your discretionary time every day. Just wanted to take about 10 minutes and just let you know that I'm for you. And I'll serve you however I can, and I would love to hear from you. So MikeConnCoaching.com was probably the best place for you to get to me. So have a fantastic, wonderful weekend, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a great day.